Hi everybody, thanks for checking out the week in Marvel Avengers Alliance here on G4G on YouTube. Today's background soundtrack is brought to you by Magic Sword. Interesting band. I happened to catch them on a Twitch streamer's AFK music. And they apparently have a new album out called the Legend EP, or just Legend EP. It's out on iTunes and a few other areas. They sound pretty cool. Have a kind of Daft Punk mix with retro styling and crap. I didn't do the right thing here. So, let's talk about today's topic. There's not really going to be that much game today because we don't have any new content, unfortunately. So we're going to go ahead and discuss Marvel Avengers Alliance-One's tie-in to Civil War, which, as it's been recently revealed, is actually not tied into it. Instead, the Civil War that is coming to Marvel Avengers Alliance-One is going to be Civil War 2. This time it's personal. Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the waters with the Inhumans comes Civil War 2. More civil than before.
Excuse me, sir. I would ask that you please not do that. Thank you.
So, yeah. It has been revealed, and it is definitely official that while all the other games are getting Civil War 1, the movie, tie-ins, we are getting Civil War 2, the comic, yet to be released tie-ins. So there is actually a Civil War camp going on in terms of feelings and thoughts about that going on currently. I'm not going to reveal my position. You are certainly feel free to reveal your position in the comments below. As a matter of fact, I encourage it. Let's get a dialogue going about this. And I'm also not going to reveal who this other person is that feels a certain way. He is certainly willing to do so down in the comments below. It's not my place to reveal this person's stance on it, but I'm sure he'll probably say something in the comments and be like, yeah, that's me, let's talk about it. One camp believes that this could be the end times for Marvel Avengers Alliance, the death knell that we are not getting associated to the big, hot, billion-dollar movie that's coming out that everything else and its cousin is tying into. MFF, MCC, MBA, BA, DDS, DE, MD, House. All the other ones are tying into the movie. How do we feel that we're tying into the comics that have been yet released? So, like I said, there's that thought that this could be bad for us, that we are the red-headed stepchild that is potentially getting a cast-off. Now, it has been brought out that Playdom went to Marvel and said, we would like to do stuff with your number 2 that's coming out, your big stinking pile of number 2. And they were like, okay, sure, we sign off on this script. So, it's not like we were fed the turkey scraps to the family dog on Thanksgiving over here. It is portrayed that we, Playdom, and this game, went to Marvel and said, we got this idea, what do you think? And they were like, okay, cool. Yeah, go ahead. So the other camp in this, or the other side of it is, are we being the hipsters in this? Are we getting involved in something before it was cool? Are we potentially doing Civil War 2 because everybody else is doing Civil War 1? And are we being avant-garde? Are we being ahead of the curve over here? And everything like that. And, of course, what we are dealing with is a completely different topic from the topic of the first Civil War. although obviously similar and obviously a dividing point. So let's go ahead and chat about what we are getting. We do know that we are getting blue balls. Oh, I'm sorry. We are getting Blue Marvel as our hero, and we are also getting Lady Thor, Jane Foster. It has now been confirmed that we are getting an alternate suit for Black Panther, which is one of the ones that I called, but he's going to be Bruiser and Tactician. So, to quote Dumb and Dumber, I was way off. I mean, yeah, I did not see Bruiser in there. My prediction is if they were going to go with definitely different suits, that we were going to get Infiltrator and Scrapper. If they were going to stick with same suits, probably Infiltrator Tactician. So to think that it was Bruiser Tactician, I was not in the ballpark on this one. I mean, I was out in the parking lot still tailgating, 3/4 drunk, going, oh, there's a game on? Shit. So, yeah, I didn't call that one at all. I did call the Split Spec Ops, but honestly, I mean, to be honest, guys, I'm no future crime profiler on that one. That just seemed obvious there. It's been set in games before this that we've had that kind of a scenario, so it really seemed logical for it to happen again. So I don't consider myself deserving of that much credit for it. It just seemed like a pretty smart prediction. But nobody predicted the way that this would be going, and the fact that we are not tying into it. And we did not get mentioned in the big Forbes article on all the other games. So, the plot of our Spec Ops, as you can see from this article on Marvel.com, which has been making the rounds today, is that a new powerful Inhuman known as the Profiler, Miss Cleo, has foreseen a future which Dr. Doom eliminates all the Inhumans. The Inhumans, fearing what their future holds, capture Dr. Doom, which quickly escalates to heroes taking sides. So we have the Future Crimes Division going on here of that Tom Cruise movie, whose name escapes me, although I did actually watch it. I know I watched it because it had him and it had Max von Sydow and yeah, the Future Crimes thing. So I honestly think we have Tom Cruise's Future Crimes going on over here. So that's really interesting. Now, the Wikipedia lists basically something similar to that for Civil War II, in that it becomes Iron Man again versus Captain Marvel. Iron Man saying that we should not profile or do things before they happen, and Captain Marvel saying that we should. It's funny that Iron Man is pro-registration but not pro-profiling. That's a little weird. So the teams in the comics will be Falcon, Lady Thor, Black Panther, Star-Lord, Luke Cage, Hercules, Miss America, don't know who she is, Daredevil, Black Widow, Amadeus Cho, and Deadpool. Captain Marvel gets Steve Rogers, and that's again another odd flip-flop there. War Machine, Spider-Man, Vision, Medusa, Blue Marvel, Winter Soldier, Spectrum, don't know, She-Hulk, Hawkeye, and Scott Lang. Really interesting that this comes on the heels of the Inhumans movie. You know, the Inhumans movie is now on like permanent vacation here, and we have this comic series that really ties into that, and our Civil War 2 here is going to tie into that. It's a very interesting thing. Are we being hipster that we're getting involved with something before it happens, which ironically is the very topic of the Spec Ops? Or are we being mistreated because we are not partaking of the giant trough that is the Marvel movie, and all the other games get to take advantage of it? Personally, I don't think it's a death knell. I did say that, I wasn't really going to give my opinion on it, but I will say that I don't believe it's that quite doom and gloom. I will say that raises some eyebrows. And it's, it's going to be interesting. I think it blew everybody's predictions, but then I think Playdom likes to do that sometimes. They like to go, PvP is Friday to Monday every season, and we're going to make it Wednesday to Sunday this season. You're like, okay. Oh, everybody expects Spec Ops to drop on a Friday. Nope, Saturday at 8 o'clock at night. I mean, they do this, so how could we be really surprised that perhaps they have pulled the biggest swerve of all time over here? It's certainly going to be quite interesting, and I don't think it'll be a bad Spec Ops by any stretch. I just think it's like, Playdom being Playdom there, taking their opportunity to deal with some stuff that we didn't expect, to give us heroes. At one point we're getting a hero that a lot of us tend to not know that much about in Blue Marvel, yet Lady Thor, Jane Foster, is appearing everywhere, and with the rise of so much feminism and everything lately, Marvel is definitely getting swept up with it, like the Women in Power and how they've been showing up in the games, and how we have been getting in Marvel Heroes. We have the other Lady Thor, and then we have the Jane Foster version, and we've got Kamala Khan, and we've got, new stuff for Captain Marvel in a lot of games, and major changes to her. So, in a way, I don't consider it that surprising to see them go this way. And it's going to be very interesting to see what the moveset winds up being for her. And, Blue Marvel, I have to really research the character in order to find out what is the deal there. But, it's going to be interesting. And I think it's actually okay that I don't have to deal with some of the Marvel Civil War 1 stuff in this game. Because, like, Del Rusk is appearing in Marvel Avengers Alliance-2. He's involved in the Spec Ops. And let's be honest, Del Rusk is a dick. He is a humorless, lifeless Debbie Downer of just a complete shitbag. I hate that guy. And the fact that he showed up in Marvel Avengers Alliance 2, I put the tablet down. I was like, oh, damn it, go to hell. Man, I hate this guy. But, I think, really, we're fans of the game. And we will probably lap up whatever Playdom shovels us over here and we'll go, thank you! And, we'll see what happens. I can't say I'm extremely disappointed so much as just not surprised that Playdom has swerved us, because that's pretty common. So guys, let me know what you think below. Do you think it is a good thing that we are going with Civil War 2? This time it's personal. Or do you think that we are really shooting ourselves in the foot by not associating with the big gigantic movie that is about ready to come out? And in a way, and I'm not saying that they did this, but in a way it could be Playdom's way of saying, hey, look, we know Age of Apocalypse is coming. We know we've done a Horseman Spec Ops before, and we know we really could probably do a few extra suits and whatnot. How about we stay out of all of this and not be like MCU versus Mutant Universe and everything like that, and we'll just go over to Civil War 2 and kind of appear like we're walking the thin neutral line over here. Who knows, but we'll see. It might be nice to have something that stands out from all the other games and just, does it a little different. So we'll see when it goes live, but apparently a lot of my predictions especially with the Black Panther suits, were just not there. So let me know what you guys think. Peace out, everybody.